In today's video, we're taking a look at how to repair a refrigerator inside crack. Easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do it. Everything that we use on the video, we're gonna leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot, thank you. So you woke up today and opened the fridge. You notice something's different and it's not the food that you bought. Either someone is having nightly fights with the refrigerator, or the refrigerator's coming of age and is showing signs of aging. Don't worry, here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. 3 blocks away, but don't worry, we're recording everything. We know you got this. So contrary to popular belief, thinking I'll just sand that, bondo it, and paint it over with some refrigerator paint, and I know many of you and maybe many of us said exactly another refrigerator in the books. If you read the little letters on the disclaimer on that can of refrigerator paint, it says external use only, and because we want to live another day, plan A goes out the window. In that case, the important thing that we want to find is a silicone, especially the same color as the refrigerator in the inside, like white in this case. Second, we want to make sure that it's approved as a food grade silicone, and even though that we're not going to eat the silicone, by taking a look around and looking at the faces of some family members, friends, or spouses, you can never be too sure, and you know clearly that's a joke. Wink wink. And third and most important thing, we want to make sure that it is waterproof, resistant to extreme temperature, moisture, ozone, vibration, and weathering. And according to this one, it could go from -62 to a maximum of 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In this particular one, it's a white seal bond 100% RTV silicone adhesive sealant, and it doesn't matter which brand or type of silicone you get, you want it to meet these criteria, and no matter which you chose, the technique is going to be the same. Now that we filled your brain with data, we're ready for action. The first thing that we want to do is open our sealant, crack it open, and place our nozzle. If you notice, the nozzle has different sizes that we could choose to get a better spread. So a pro tip, measuring your crack against the size of the nozzle that you want to use or cut is the way to go. Once we chose our closest measurement to our crack or split or hole we want to cut. Another pro tip, having rags or paper, some gloves, and a bag goes a long way. Now we're ready to find the culprit. Verify that you have the correct house and refrigerator. The first thing that we want to do is clean the affected area, and you can use the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of a little bit of water, soap, and elbow grease. But if you want to go a step above, you want to get a light sanding paper or pad and lightly sand the surface you're going to work in to create a better adhesion. Remember, the refrigerator being silky and smooth may not be optimal for the best adhesion. Next, we want to remove any debris, sanding dust from our working area. Either using a vacuum or a damp cloth should do the trick. A pro tip, you don't want to have it that wet that you may get water inside the crack, and then seal that precious gold liquid bubbly substance in there. We want to make sure that it's fully dried before we move on to the next step. In this particular scenario, it seems somebody stepped on the refrigerator, aka drop kick, so it's both cracked and pushed in. So we want to get either a butter knife or a pry tool, or in this case our loved one's steak knife, I mean a random steak knife that looks very similar to the one they use. Wink wink. And what we basically want to do is pick it up slightly and gently so it won't crack further. In this case, we're going to use our caulking tool to have it pried open. You can still use your prying tool or spousal knife, or butter knife to do so. And what we want to do is get the silicone in there. That's not only going to build a layer underneath inside to keep it level and flush as it was originally, but also provide squeeze out to the side to make sure that it is completely sealed. We want to make sure that we get every nook and cranny, so like a well-treated hotel guest, we would get maximum tip at the end. We're going to use our caulking tool to spread it out and get it in every crack. You can also use your fingers, and remember, a pro tip, wearing gloves goes a long way. If you notice after your first layer you still have any cracks or gaps, or it's not level enough, we can always add additional until we get there. And now comes the most important part of the entire video. video. And this is your art skill. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, but the closer you get it there, the better chances of making that crack go away you have. So smoothing it out and removing the most silicone you can, meanwhile you still leave a tight seal, is the way to go. And now you've done it. Now comes the second hardest part of the whole video, and that is waiting. And depending on your particular adhesive, the time that you would let it rest for it to fully cure. And now you really done it. You become a pro master cut man. There's no fighter they could bring your way that you can't stitch up. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.